camera, baby. And the lighting might be a little off, but I'm pretty sure y'all glad because it's a lot clearer. Let's get into it. This is another episode of Married at First Sight, season 12, and what this episode is called?
We didn't even get the name of the episode. What kind of reviewers are we?
Wait a minute, I can get the name right quick. You must not know you do it. Talk to the people while I do
what
that.
What kind of reviewers are we?
Talk to the people while I get
But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, y'all know Married at First Sight is coming up to it.
Expect it a little better.
It's coming to an end real soon. We are at episode 14. So tonight they're just kind of mingling and, you know, trying to get through their little last minute thoughts about one another. And in the first episode, we had Eric and Virginia. And Eric took Virginia to his parents' house where he grew up and was showing her all this stuff and talking about his house. And I gotta be honest, you guys, I never realized that Eric was kind of conceited and a bit self-centered.
Yeah.
Because he was talking about himself, and then Virginia starts crying because she said, you know, for him to be so family-oriented, he's never reached out to anybody in her family. He doesn't know anybody in her family. And he's like, I want to, but it took a long time for him to make those connecting dots.
Yeah.
But anyway.
They're reminiscing.
I don't know, you guys. I'm struggling with whether or not I believe they're going to make it. I think I'm going to stick to my original decision about this couple, and that is they're going to say yes decision day, but not long after that, they're going to break up.
Yeah. They got decision day coming, but then, I mean, you know, I'm waiting on the 6 months later. I'm waiting on the 6 months later episode. That's the one I'm waiting on. Brianna and Vince, real quick.
Yeah, I was about to say, so ladies and gentlemen, y'all know how we did it once before. We doing the catching up in between the commercial break. So it's a commercial break on right now. So our next couple that was showed in the filming was Brianna and Benson. And Brianna was tap dancing. She used to be a private dancer. We're dancing for my... Oh, anyway.
Do what you want me to do. I'm your private dancer.
She used to be a dancer in school. And she was sharing that with Vincent. And they was laughing and joking because that's what they do. And, of course, she hurt his feelings at the end of that conversation by saying, well, we have kids. And he was smiling when she said that. But she said... in the future, in the way future. And of course he ended up with an attitude. But basically she was sharing one of her childhood things and her what do you call it? Self-esteem issues she had in high school. And so yeah, it was good. So I guess that's gonna be the rhythm for everybody.
Yep. So this is the first little segment. We can go let's get ready to come back on. So we're gonna get you guys after this next one.
We'll keep y'all caught up to date.
Yeah.
So, ladies and gentlemen, next commercial break, quick catch up. So, we done seen Eric and Virginia. Eric ended up calling Virginia's dad and having a conversation with him, letting him know, you know, basically he wanted to make, you know, connection with him because he felt like it was important to Virginia. And her dad practically told him, listen, for who she is, you're doing really well. I like you as a son-in-law. And you're right. Y'all should have been more focused on y'all than trying to focus on other people in 8 weeks. So they had a good conversation. The only thing he didn't like was the father told him, because he was saying Virginia don't know what marriage looks like. And the father basically was saying, you know, marriage doesn't have a look. Your marriage doesn't have to look like everybody else's. But I think Eric didn't go into detail about what he meant. Like, he partially has a leg to stand on because the girl thinks that she could still party and be married at the same time. But he didn't go into detail, so what he was saying. So the father was basically like, you know, your marriage is what you want it to be. That was that. Then there was my favorite couple right now, Jacob and Haley. And not because of Haley.
Yeah.
But so I told you this episode is about them going back down, like, what they call it,
memory lane.
Yeah, there you go. That's a good way to say it. And so she took Jacob to a baseball field, and of course to do batting cages. And of course she beat him, as she's been beating him at everything. But I think one part she forgetting. She thinks it tickles her that she's beating him so bad. But the one part she's forgetting, he just said for the past 10 years he's been in his basement playing video games, doing computer stuff. He has not been doing any sports activities. But
Yeah.
anyway, she thought she was tickled by that, and then they sit down to talk. Now, everybody else took their Brianna took Vincent to a dance studio, but she took him to a batting cage and just bought a couple of pictures of herself from when she was little, and she was explaining to him some of her personality traits from when she was little, and basically he told her she was a little diva-ish, and she got upset about that. And he was saying, well, he was trying to be like nice about it, but she was basically telling how she was stubborn when she was little. She didn't never do things she didn't want to do. Of course, that's never attractive to a guy. Mm-hmm. But anyway, yeah, I don't know. Like, I really want them to make it, but it's not gonna happen, ladies and gentlemen. Like, at this point, I feel like Jacob is just fulfilling his obligation. Yeah. If she would do something different, he would do something different. But I think she has in her mind too that he's lazy or whatever. But he's not lazy. He's a computer guy. Mm-hmm. And she was making fun of the fact that he had on dress shoes with jeans
at a sporting event.
Yeah. Like, just help the guy out.
He basically just like, man, let's just get this S show over with.
Yeah, I'm with him on that. I was hoping they would make it. I think they actually might go to the decision day with a no. Actually, yeah. I'm starting to believe that. I didn't want to say it out loud, but I'm starting to believe they actually gonna go to the decision day with a no, because it's just too much of this going on, and unless they have a good drunk night, which I doubt. But anyway, so I think that was it for this round. We will catch y'all on the next commercial break.
There we go.
Oh. I know he's a cook. So, ladies and gentlemen, we just seen, I know it was Brianna and Vincent. Who was before them?
That's on board the show.
Okay, so they showed Brianna and Vincent, and Dr. Pepper came to visit them. No, they showed somebody before them, but I can't remember who. Anyway, Dr. Pepper came to visit them to talk with them too about their issue with Vincent sleeping in. I do not know why. Brianna, you're my girl. Why are you making such a big deal? Let the man sleep. But anyway, Vincent's issue is that he doesn't feel like Brianna's making any compromise. Basically, she telling him, go to bed early and get up with me.
He's saying that, I guess,
he on a different schedule. He work later than she do. So when he come home after she go to sleep, he got some me time, and then he go to sleep.
And he probably specifically talking about that first day that he off after working.
Yeah.
And he want to sleep. He want to sleep like
noon. It really shouldn't matter. He's a grown man. If that's what he want to do, come on. Let him find something else to do with yourself. Call a girlfriend. Go get your hair done. Something. Compromise. The other part of it is the baby thing, and Dr. Pepper mentioned adopting a child, and Vincent ain't feeling it. He didn't come out and say no, but he ain't feeling it. He want his own babies. And Brianna, she cleared it up. It's not that she don't want to have kids. She just has a fear because of her blood pressure, and evidently her blood pressure must be a super huge deal. So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I like that Dr. Pepper went over to chit-chat with them and hopefully help them through it. If you guys watch it, it's going to crack y'all up. Vincent was so trying not to say the wrong thing. He was tearing. It was a little pillow beside him. He was on the pillow like...
He was ringing. He was ringing his arm.
Yeah. But it was pretty funny. I think they can make it, you guys. I still believe that they can make it.
My turn. She see you guys. She always want to do all the talking. My turn now. I don't think I got nothing. But anyway, they gonna say yes at the decision day. Mm-hmm. But I foresee, like I've been saying the whole entire time, 6 months from now, they gonna have some problems.
I they're gonna have problems, but I think they're gonna be able to work it out.
They're gonna have some major issues in 6 months. I'm trying to tell you. Y'all already know. This is the guru, and I know everything that y'all see.
He got me up snacking. He got me snacking, you guys.
Oh, it's coming back on, you guys. We'll see you guys in a minute.
Next episode, next piece, next Thursday.
Yes, you guys, we back, and this is my turn to talk, because Jacob put a beat down on that girl. Not physically, but they were playing, they were playing putt-putt golf, and I was just telling Chris, I said, look, the only way you going to get her riled up and get some fire in her and really make her start
respecting him
is he had to beat her in some competitive stuff, and that's what he did at putt-putt golf. He put the thing on her, boy.
Yeah, and he bought some pictures from his old stuff, and then he showed her a picture of him at his company picnic. You guys,
he had some Daisy Dukes on.
He had Daisy Dukes on.
He had some Daisy Dukes on.
She was like, "Why did you really wear that?" He said, "Well, we're in IT and we're not that uptight."
He don't care what they do something. They do
He
something.
had on Daisy
Dukes.
I can't even with him. But she doesn't get it that his humor is actually in his dressing. Because he's an IT person, so everything is so da-da-da-da. I guess he feel like he make people laugh in other ways. Also, this section was Virginia and Eric. And Virginia took Eric to the basketball court though. Show him how she did it back in high school and college.
She got a little move.
Yeah. But you know what, hubby? You forgot to share with the people your point.
What?
About the ladies versus the guys this season.
Both the ladies are like athletic type ladies.
Yeah, like tomboys.
And the guys don't really do nothing. They're not athletic.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you know what though? He kind of throws you off because he got the muscles and stuff. But he's an IT guy.
Jacob.
Yeah.
Well, Jacob explained.
But wait a minute, I ain't finished though.
Go ahead.
It's my show, not my show.
Go ahead, baby, in the commercial break.
He's a muscle guy, so you looking at him kind of differently. Like she looking at him. But he an IT guy, and most IT's guy are nerds.
Yeah.
Nerds and stuff. So he got the IT thing, but his body is like a sports type of guy, but he's not.
Well, no, he explained that he used to be chubby back in the day, and so his brother used to work out. So he started working out with his brother. I think his brother was playing football, so he started working out with his brother, and it got competitive with the brother because I think he was the younger brother.
Yeah.
So he got really like bodybuilding. He actually did bodybuilding for a season.
Yeah.
So earlier we forgot to mention about Ryan went to go meet with Claire's mother, and they had a really good conversation, and she basically was telling him, don't stress right now at the moment the fact that she doesn't want to raise her child in Christianity, because she didn't realize she wanted Christianity until she had Claire.
Yeah.
And then she got into Christianity, so it wasn't like something she was doing beforehand. So I wanted to squeeze that part in there because we can't forget about Ryan and Claire. Now, you guys, they have not been showing a lot of Ryan and Claire. They actually been more focused on Jacob and Haley and Vincent and Brianna. Yeah. And then Eric and Virginia.
And they haven't even shown Paige or Chris at all.
Well, because they over.
Oh, yeah.
For the
but they still got to do their filming thing.
Right, but they pretty much over.
Yeah.
Yeah, because she left the apartment on the last show.
Oh, yeah. So
and they not a couple.
Yeah. All right, you guys.
All right, you guys. On the next session.
Yeah, now we on.
We're on, baby.
Yeah, we on.
Okay, so before we get to the drama, let's start with the nice, calm. No, let's start with the nice, calm part. So I was just saying in the last session that they wasn't showing much of Claire and Ryan. So this time they did. And Claire and Ryan went to have lunch with Claire's family. And they seem like really nice, sweet people. And they really like Ryan. Claire's mom seemed very happy that they found each other, and Claire was much more calmer than usual. She's usually kind of jittery. I don't know if y'all ever noticed, like she's kind of like, but when she was at her parents' house, she was pretty calm, cool, and collective. And I feel like out of all of the guys, Ryan was the most receptive of hearing about Claire's past and like going through her memory lane with her, going down memory lane with her. He was actually asking her parents questions and uh yeah. So you guys, I'm voting that they stay together. They're not my absolute favorite couple, but and not because I think they're bad for each other, but they're just not my favorite. Like I didn't see them together and be like, "Woo, they gonna stay together."
Now you gotta clarify. You keep saying stay together. Decision day or stay together?
Stay together.
Okay, so the long run.
I think they out of all of the people, as long as they have sex though, that would be my one stipulation because you know that's a big deal for Claire. But as long as they have sex at the decision day, they will stay together.
So that's gonna be the question. Like, what do you usually come back? 3 months or 6 months late? 3 months.
I think 3 months.
So that's gonna be the first and only question they're gonna ask them.
Did they consummate the marriage?
Have y'all consummated the marriage? Like, yeah, consummate. I guess it all the way.
Yeah. And so
they back on Jacob and Haley.
Oh my goodness, they were in Jacob and Haley down this.
This is a Jacob and Haley show.
Listen, you guys, I really wanted them to stay together, but they can't. They just can't. Jacob is done, and at this point, at first I was thinking that he was still, you know, I knew he had tapped out around what was it, show 3 or 4.
Yeah.
I knew he had tapped out a little bit, but I thought once he seen her putting a little bit of effort, he wanted to put some more effort. But anyway, long story short, because y'all know the commercial breaks aren't that long. They got into it this time about a bracelet he bought her as a wedding gift.
Mm-hmm.
It was an Xfinity bracelet. And evidently she gave it to her mom to hold, and her mom took it all the way home to Alabama. So he was saying to her, like, by now, you know, if it meant anything to you, you could have had them ship it to you for at least about $10, and it could have been here in 2 to 3 days or whatever.
Yeah.
And then she was like, well, where's the hat that I bought you?
Yeah, that's stupid, because she don't even live with the mother.
Right.
Why would the mother be keeping it?
Right. And then he said, you know, she asked him, where's the hat? And he's like, $20 hat, $300 bracelet.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
the mother wearing that thing.
You guys,
the mother wearing. Oh girl, you don't want it? I like it. She wearing it.
I think I know it sounds like a petty thing, but I think basically what he's saying is, you know, he don't. Even though they might be getting along a little bit, he doesn't really. There's still a lot of things about her where she's not showing effort into their marriage. Yeah. That's what I feel like he was saying when he asked her about the bracelet. So, okay, so you guys, Jacob and Haley's out, but it's about to come back on. So I'll see you on next section.
We live, baby.
Okay,
now, we was just sitting here talking about Ryan and Claire.
Yes, Ryan and Claire.
Yeah, we're not going to even mention Jacob on this one. Ryan and Claire, the whole thing right here.
Well, that's who they showed the whole thing, Ryan and Claire. So what the deal is, Dr. Pepper came to visit them. She's doing pop-up visits with these guys. And she wanted to talk about the issues she wanted to make sure that they had a conversation about the issues that were brought up separately. Which is something new, because usually they meet with them as a couple and then send one out the room. But this time they literally met with everybody separately. The issue you guys know that they were having is, of course, Claire wanting sex, Ryan not. And Claire saying, I love you 5 seconds into a relationship, and Ryan not.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm finding though, and for those of you who watch the show, comment down below and see if y'all see the same thing. I almost feel like that Ryan is kind of controlling Claire to an extent. Like, when she's by herself, she's very vocal and very confident in what she has to say. But when they're doing these interviews with him together, it's kind of like she keeps checking, like, you know.
And he looking at her the whole time she talking.
Yeah.
Like, he doing just like this.
Like, you better not say, you know. So she's kind of changed her whole conversation. She's like, well, I asked for this. I said when, you know, that I've had sex so many times with people
Stockholm
so quickly
syndrome.
that I wanted a relationship where she was like, so be careful what you ask for. What she did ask for. And then the second part was, you know, he's like, I don't want to say I love you so much that it doesn't have meaning. And of course, Dr. Pepper don't play dumb games, okay? She basically told him, I tell my kids and my husband every time I get off the phone with them, I love them. And he was like, yeah, me too, me too. So I don't really know. Ryan's weirding me out. They're a good couple together, you know, because he always jokes about being a grandpa. And he has on his cowboy hat with his slick Rick do underneath. And she wears her little tie-up thing like the 60s in her hair. So they're great together. We wish them well. I think they're going to make it as long as they have sex. And also she says also too about him saying I love you. I do believe that if he's not a fake and a phony and he is who he say he is, I think he's already in love with her. That's what his actions kind of show. Because he's, you know, anytime you're trying to purposely bond with somebody's dog, that should tell you something.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think Ryan and Claire are gonna stay together. Jacob and Haley are breaking up. Vincent and Brianna are gonna stay together. And Virginia and Eric are gonna stay together on decision day, but they're gonna break up later. That's my bid for everybody right now.
And they're about to come back on, but we gonna see can we get through a whole show with no Paige and no Chris. We'll see you guys when we come back.
We'll see.
Yeah, 2.7K. All right, we recording.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all are seeing us. You're seeing Krista RealNester and James RealNester from a different angle. Woo. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, so
we can
you guys,
we can zoom in though, yeah.
This show is really digging into them problems, okay? So this one was Virginia, and Virginia was sitting down with Eric's sister-in-law, and evidently they're really close. So she was basically saying that Eric should trust her and be okay with her staying the night out with her guy friends, and the sister-in-law does not agree, but she's not telling her that. She's, she was basically telling her that Eric and his brother, they don't talk about their feelings a lot, so that might be where she's getting some pushback, some shutdown from him. But when Virginia was like, oh, I want to stay out with my friends and I'm going to drink and blah, 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 and he should just trust me, the sister-in-law just got super quiet. And she was like, if she wants to continue to stay out with her friends, that is not going to be so great. In her little interview she was doing. And then she was saying that if Virginia don't learn that Eric is her number one person, her ride or die, then they're definitely going to have problems. So, yeah, you guys, and we all been knowing that all season, that if Virginia doesn't come to the conclusion that she needs to slow down on partying and drinking, that marriage is totally not going to last.
Toast. It's toast.
They're definitely ones who I think will say yes on decision day. But when they come back for the reunion, what they say?
No bueno.
No bueno.
No bueno.
It ain't going to happen. But, yeah, I don't know what's wrong with her. I feel you feel bad for her sometimes when Eric be talking to her. You like, goodness, why, But I think he just wants her to get it. Like, we supposed to be in this. You supposed to be in go. By the time we got to this point, it's supposed to be go time. Let's pop out some babies and let's do this forever. But that is definitely not where Virginia is. A lot of these people lying on their interviews. I think that they're gonna have to tighten up the process, especially after those who we don't speak of. They're gonna have to tighten up this process because it's a little bit way intense.
They're gonna lose viewers.
No, they ain't gonna lose viewers. People like the drama, but they keep forgetting that this is people's real lives. But hey, these are the people who decide to sign up and come on the show and share this experience. So no, I don't think they're gonna lose views. I think actually more people are watching it now because of all the different. A lot of people thought it was just gonna be a simple I do kiss kiss kiss. Yeah. Y'all don't like each other, y'all like each other, and they didn't realize how intense this show can get.
Yeah. So that's all that happened in this little episode. Got another camera angle for y'all because the battery was going dead. So we out here. We're gonna see you on the next one. Action.
Oh. That's what commercial breaks are made for, ladies and gentlemen. Dancing. So, May, do you want to take the reins? Because you say I do all the talking. You want to take the reins on this one?
No, go ahead. I'm done with her.
He's so disappointed. Well, Jacob and Haley is not his favorite couple. So, you guys, I love when Dr. Pepper shows up. She don't play, okay? So, she's the only one, honestly, who's been calling Haley on her stuff. So Jacob and Haley I don't know what we want to call it, show, because we watching it through commercials, right?
Segment. They call them segments. Yeah, last segment.
They had an argument about a bracelet, and let me correct myself. Previously, I said the bracelet was $300, but we misunderstood. The bracelet was $800. He bought her, I think it was an infinity bracelet, which she thought was a necklace. She gave it to her mom to hold. Her mom took it home to Alabama. And throughout this process... wait. He added that part.
And she's winning at the bingo for the old ladies' night.
He added that part. But anyway, he hasn't seen the bracelet. And he's like, it only costs like $10 to get it shipped here. And she's like, well, we've been having arguments. Why would I even bother wearing your bracelet? And he's like, it's not about you wearing it. You could at least just had it in the same state with you. So, and you can tell he's really hurt. So Dr. Pepper noticed when she first came in, he was really sad. And he's like, we're not in a good place. Because, of course, that was how it went off. And I guess they don't talk after they have these arguments. So, Dr. Pepper was basically acknowledging that he's hurt. And she was asking Haley, did she understand? And she was just like, no, when stuff happens, I just remove myself. And the other part is Dr. Pepper had some questions. I guess she was going to go back and forth with them before the bracelet thing kind of exploded. And Haley's question to Jacob was, why did he show up to a batting cage with dress shoes and jeans on? With dress shoes and jeans on. And, he's just like, she's like, I know it seems superficial, but not really. You got to dig down into it. And, Dr. Pepper brought up that maybe Jacob feels judged by Haley. And I can absolutely agree. She's so busy picking him apart and finding out what's wrong with him. She's not finding out what's right with the boy, okay? But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I am through and through. Jacob and Haley are over. And I'm not even changing my mind this time. Oh, and that's another thing I keep forgetting to mention. We done went from 16 days to decision day down. We are down to 10 in this just episode.
Yeah.
In this show.
So next week is decision.
I don't know if they're going to skip a week or not. Because sometimes they do that to add intensity. They're doing the premiere of
the new show next week.
They are. But that's not what
No, the way they're doing it is they know next week is decision day. So that's when most people are going to watch it. So that's why they premiere the new show right after it.
Okay.
Because they want people, that's the day they're going to have the most of the viewers. They want them to watch the new show right behind it.
Well, you guys, is that the commercial? Oh, yeah. Anyway, you guys.
You thought somebody hit the button.
This is getting crazy. Anyway, before this is over, in the wrap up, I'm going to give y'all my final idea of who's going to stay together and who's going to break up. Make sure y'all comment down below. Stay together, break up. Who's your favorite couple?
Let's get
and we'll see y'all next.
And turn to the camera. What you say now?
You guys, I get too into this show, okay? So we just did a session with Eric in Virginia. Dr. Pepper popped up.
A.K.A. alcoholic.
The one thing I'm upset with Eric with, though, is that he didn't put straight down Front Street what the issue is.
I think that was the last
Their last arguments have been that Virginia wants Eric to be okay with her getting drunk and going to sleep at her guy friend's house. Not gay guy friend houses. And he's telling her, no, that's inappropriate. So now she's like, well, if I got drunk and it's a rainstorm, and he's laughing, he's like, you keep coming up with these extreme examples. That's not what I'm talking about. In general, if I'm home, you should be home. She said, so when you're not home, that means I can stay over their house. So, and she's like, I feel like just now, after Dr. Pepper left, he was saying how good it was, and then she started trying to provoke him by agitating him with this conversation about her staying over her guy friend's house. And at the end of the day, and she was saying, well, we could do marriage our way. She was like, it's either your way or no way. These people don't understand the word of compromise. Not near a couple on here understands the word compromise. Okay, so I'm over it. I really don't believe Virginia and Eric is gonna make it, even if they do say yes on decision day. And I don't know that Eric will, because he's a strong-willed type person, and I I think he really wants the relationship, or he might say yes in hopes that he could change her after the cameras are off. Because he has in his mind that he can mold people. So he might say yes. But even after decision day, when they do the reunion, them two won't be together. That's definitely my prediction, because
it's only gonna be one couple together at the end, left standing.
This gonna stay, and now,
if that,
it's gonna be Claire and Ryan.
Claire and Ryan.
Yeah.
Who Claire and Ryan? Which one is that?
The one where the guy don't want to. Brianna and Vincent.
What about Brianna and Vincent? His attitude gonna kick in when the cameras are on.
I think so.
I think so.
Yeah, I hate to say
he gonna show his true self when the cameras are on.
And the frustration. I mean, I think they can work through their problems, but it all depends on Vincent. Like, Brianna so far has been very adjusting herself to fit the things that Vincent want, but she's really terrified of the pregnancy thing. And Vincent want kids like in the next 6 months.
You already know what's gonna happen with that. When the cameras go off and it's just them, his emotional side's gonna come out, and it's gonna be too much for her. Cause he gonna be complaining about everything, upset, angry, cranky. She ain't gonna go for that. So
I think so far, out of all, Jacob and Haley are definitely over.
Yeah.
There's no coming back from where they are. They're the second couple that is definitely over. And we are 10 days away from decision day, guys. So next show, I think, will be decision day.
So we get ready to do the last segment here, and then we're going to wrap it up for this one. Let's see what they talking about.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. So we got some things to tidy up and then clear up. So this part of the, what are we calling it? Not episode.
This is the
section. This section of the show was wait a minute. It was Jacob and Haley, but who was before them?
Ryan and
Claire.
They wrote the letters.
Okay, yes. Ryan, I don't know why the first thing skips my mind. I guess because the second thing be so fresh. But anyway, Ryan and Claire wrote letters to their younger selves. Claire's was all detailed and, you can be loved and blah, blah, blah. And not saying her letter wasn't beautiful, but Ryan's, of course, just like, who else did the letter thing? I know Eric and Virginia is supposed to do it, but they haven't done it yet. Who else did the letter thing? It was Ryan and Claire and somebody else. And the same thing happened. The girls' letters were very detailed. And, Jacob and Haley.
Yeah.
Jacob and Haley, yeah. The guys' letters was very short and to the point, like, hey, get yourself together, let's do life. And the girls' letters was more like, sorry, you went through this, let's get this together, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, with that being said, Claire was upset all over again. She couldn't even hide her feelings. And she's struggling with speaking to Ryan at this point because I guess she don't want to chase him away to a degree, and he knows that, so he's using that as a way to kind of manipulate or control her. If you guys watch the shows, you will see, there's something going on weird there between them two. But do I believe they're going to stay together? Yes, I do. But anyway.
Jacob them definitely done.
Jacob and Haley.
That's what the whole thing was about tonight.
Yeah, they took up most of the show. They definitely kicked Chris and Paige to the curb as far as drama. So, when it came back on, Jacob was going in one room and Haley was going in the other. Haley calls her mom and was like, send me his bracelet back because he wants it back. And this whole time, she has this I'm lying face on when she's talking to her mom. You know, she's like, and that's not what the man said. He was just saying he spent a lot of money on the bracelet. She cared so much about the marriage that she, you know, let the bracelet just be with her mom and not even have a thought about it. And she was like, well, you want me to wear it every day? And he was like, no, but at least it could be in the same state with you. So she asked the mom to send the bracelet back, but she gave the mom the impression that he was asking for it back. And also she was like, and I'm tired of him mentioning however much he paid for it. He spent $800 for the bracelet. And, you know, hubby brought up a good point earlier. For somebody who might not spend a lot of money on material things, because you guys can see his cowboy boots are broken down.
Yeah.
He wears jeans and button downs. So, you know, he probably doesn't spend a lot of money on material things. So to spend $800 on a bracelet for a person who you thought was going to be your forever, and she had not, you know, even acknowledged that you did it, but she's worried about you wearing sneakers versus boots to a batting cage.
And he bought that before he even saw what she looked like.
Yeah, and Dr. Pepper hit the nail on the head that, you know, his feelings is hurt because he bought the bracelet and letting her know how much he was already pouring into their relationship before it even started, how serious he was taking their marriage before it even started. But anyway, so, you know, Haley, and he called her on it in the beginning, and all of us, I think, was a little in awe when he said that Haley was not an honest person. But I could see it, you know, because she straight up lied to her mom. And she didn't correct her mom, so her mom, of course, is taking her daughter's side. She was like, I will mail it next day, and he could keep his bracelet, and I'm sorry that you had to go through that. That's not what he said. And at some point, he returned the hat that she gave him. But I think even when he took the hat out the bag, I missed it again. But he was like, this is a college team. I don't even watch college ball, I think is what he said, or something like that. So anyway, you guys, they are done. So we definitely lost 2 couples for absolute sure.
Yeah.
Also, the things that I wanted to clear up is that next week is not decision day. Next week is when the couples go on their final trip as a group before decision day. That's what we'll be watching next week. So I hope you guys are tuning in. Please comment down below. Give this video some thumbs up. Share it out. Our reviews are genuine and honest. And I know y'all are tired of me going back and forth. But this is it, you ladies and gentlemen. This is my final answer. Jacob and Haley out. Of course, we know Paige and Chris is out. I think Eric and Virginia will say yes on decision day, but by the time the reunion come back, they will be broken up. Vincent and Brianna,
they will say yeah.
They will say yes on decision day, but I think when it comes back around to the reunion, they're probably going to be broken up because Vincent got a bit of an attitude. He's a good person. She's a good person. But I don't know in the long run if she could deal with his attitude. Which husband has been saying that the whole time. And lastly, who's the other one? Ryan and Claire.
Yeah.
If they have sex, if Ryan says I love you, which he might do like most guys do, hold it to that special moment on decision day when he decides to stay together. When he tells her he loves her, I believe that they'll be together because they kind of have that stick together type vibe. So that is our final review, even though I've been doing most of the talking. Yep. I think, hubby, you agree with what I'm saying about the couples?
Yep, and that's it for the night. We're going to wrap this thing up.
Comment down below. Give this video some thumbs up. Share us out. And we probably should put a, what you call it? What's the thing? A survey. We probably should put up a survey of who y'all think is staying together for decision day. I'm going to edit him out. All right, y'all. Good night.
Peace.